AskReddit by Miramble17. What's a popular advice saying that is pure BS? If you're in a car that goes into a body of water, wait until the car fills with water so the pressure equalizes and then open the door and swim out. Don't do that. You have enough time to open the windows and crawl out. Even enough to get a kid out if you hurry. Cars sink in a predictable manner and the circuits don't short out right away. The windows work. As soon as you hit the water, open the windows and get out. If you wait, you don't know how long or how far you will be under, if the car will be right side up or wedged in rocks. Just get out right away. Source: my buddy did his master's thesis on this. Edit for those interested: https://pubmed.ncbi.ne.gov/20681239/. Dart. This wasn't the exact thesis but a project based off of it. How odd to come across this, as my husband and I had an in-depth discussion yesterday on this very thing. Is your friend's work published? I'd like to read that. What goes around comes around. Life isn't fair and sometimes the worst people are the best off. This phrase only applies when somebody knows how to throw a boomerang and it's not windy. Bullies? Just ignore them. In my experience, ignoring bullies made the bullying worse. They only stopped when I started fighting back. It doesn't matter who started it. Of course it fucking does. Even legally, the concept of who did what first is recognized as vital. I think this is said by parents who gave up trying to find out who did what first and are just punishing both kids because it's easier. We are not company, we are family. Bull fucking shit. Yep. I worked for a company that told their employees that, then laid a bunch of them off because, get this, profits increased that year, but not as much as upper management had hoped. You don't throw your kids out on the street because your raise wasn't as big as you wanted. That's not how family works. If you're doing what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Bullshit, and I say this as someone who loves their job and I'm my own boss. But that doesn't mean every work day is fun. Some days, work is just work. And it can kill your love when it becomes a job. Don't worry, karma will get them. I think this is more of a thought-terminating cliche that's meant to stop you from raging and being in a bad mood. Looks don't matter. Seriously. There is a proven concept called the halo effect. It's scientifically proven that more conventionally attractive people get what they want more often. Things will work themselves out. No, the fuck they won't. You gotta work the work. You're not looking at it from a long enough timeline. One day we will all be dead and none of this will matter or even have anyone alive to remember it. Everything happens for a reason. Please don't ever say this to someone who is grieving a tragic loss. There is no good reason to lose someone to violence. Someone fucking said this to me when I was grieving and said I would grow from it. Fuck you, their death isn't a plot point in my life, that was a real person. Everything happens for a reason. I mean, yeah, technically it does. My aunt died because her heart gave out, but that is a weird thing to say to comfort me at her funeral. Lost my dad to brain cancer. Apparently this was some plan of God's. Shit plan if you ask me. The customer is always right. Harry Selfridge said that was true in matters of taste, meaning, sure, sell them an ugly hat. It was coopted into a customer service attitude, at least in the USA, by spineless managers and owners. My old boss, the founder and owner of a software development agency, used to say, I believe that the customer is always right. That's why we don't have customers, we have clients. Deleted. Yep. You don't have to forgive or forget. Just move on. God doesn't give you anything you can't handle. Tell that to a murder victim. A co-worker told me this on my first day back to the office after my husband passed away. My response was, tell that to my toddler. Well-meaning fluffy words. Bullshit in the face of tragedy. Good things come to those who wait. No opportunities pass you by when you wait. Good things come to people who are assertive and go out and get them. Yes, that XD, especially as a guy. When someone tells you that you will meet your girl in the right moment. Dart. You won't meet any girl if you don't open your mouth and make the effort. He's only teasing you, bullying you because he likes you. Every 80s 90s girl heard from their mom. You can have anything if you work hard enough. So, I work more than 12 hours a day at the most miserably difficult job possible 7 days a week. When do I get my grandma back? You'll miss these years while I'm drowning in PPD and my marriage hangs by a thread. I don't think I will, Linda. Laughing about it now after healing some, still not missing that year. I remember pushing my first in his stroller and being approached by like 8 church ladies and one went, "Aren't you just loving these days?" and I burst out crying. Just bawling. Half looked horrified. Half looked understanding. God needed them more. When I was 8, my older brothers were killed 3 months and 3 weeks exactly apart, and it's shocking to me how many people thought telling 8-year-old me that God needed them more was a good fucking idea. This. Saw my 11-month-old baby brother murdered by my mom's boyfriend at the time, and I was nearly next. What BS. You don't need love from someone else, relationship or even friends. All you need is love from yourself. Yeah, I'll hold my own hand and bring myself hot soup when I'm too sick to stand up. So fucking sick of people saying this shit. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words can never hurt you. There are a lot of people in therapy that would disagree with that. Hopefully they are being taught the classic Doc Holliday saying and how to live by that. If I am to be insulted, I first must value your opinion. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Bullshit, it makes you weaker and weaker until it finally does kill you. Just be yourself. Yeah, do not be yourself if you're an ashlet. The person who died is an angel now. Even if you are a religious person, the Bible says nothing about a person becoming an angel after death. Nah, the person who died is just waiting in a line to get their name called. Essentially it's like you're waiting at the DMV until Judgment Day. You have to learn to forgive in order to move on. No, moving on and forgiving are not mutually exclusive. Some things are just unforgivable. And forgiveness is an internal, private process, not something that can be demanded or commanded by others. So often it's the target of abuse who is told they need to forgive, and so often it's an abuser who says it, or people who knew and did nothing. We all need to move on. No. You all might want the injured person to move on to assuage the collective guilt in the family or friend group or organization. Perpetrators are not owed forgiveness.